This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
And I'm Megan Bowman with the WMNF News headlines. With just under 120 days until the election, First Lady Jill Biden spoke to a crowded room of veterans in Tampa on Monday. WMNF's Tyler Aldano reports how she says the president will support those who served in the armed forces.
A crowd of about 100 people cheered and chanted 4 more years at the American Legion Lounge for the First Lady. She highlighted her husband's support for the veteran community.
As Commander-in-Chief, President Biden wakes up every morning ready to work for you. And that's what this election is all about, you.
Now she wants to see more veterans support the president's campaign. The First Lady introduced a program called Veterans and Military Families for Biden and Harris, which looks to increase veteran participation in the upcoming November election. A majority of her speech was about Joe Biden's support of the military, in the steep contrast of former President Donald Trump, calling some of his actions disgraceful.
His own chief of staff said he called POWs and those who died in war losers and suckers. Said he didn't want to be seen with injured veterans because it didn't look good for him. It's disgraceful.
The First Lady did not comment on the president's health. Tyler Aldano, WMNF News, Tampa.
Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump is getting back on the campaign trail. He's rallying voters today in the Miami suburb of Doral. Trump's speech is expected to have a celebratory mood as Democrats face tough calls over President Joe Biden's re-election chances. The 78-year-old Trump insists he is stronger than the 81-year-old Biden, who stumbled, paused, and did not complete sentences during the last debate. A settlement has been reached in a lawsuit over the Piney Point disaster that released over 200 million gallons of wastewater into Tampa Bay in 2021, after which lawmakers spent $100 million to help clean up. Environmental groups on Monday filed a joint notice of settlement involving the phosphate facility in Manatee County. Now the Department of Environmental Protection will draft a Clean Water Act permit that requires better oversight of pollution from Piney Point. In addition, the state will pay $75,000 for the Tampa Bay Estuary Program to monitor water quality in the area where the phosphate facility's discharge enters Tampa Bay. And you've seen all the recent rain, but even still, the Tampa Bay region continues to experience drier than normal conditions. And now residents will have restrictions on watering their lawns for just a little bit longer. The Southwest Florida Water Management District placed a once-a-week watering restriction for residents in December of last year. And now officials are extending those restrictions at least until September 1st. Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Pasco counties are all under what's called the Modified Phase 1 Water Shortage Order. And that means on certain days and times, watering your lawns or even hosing down your driveway is prohibited. In Tampa, residents cannot water between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., and those found in violation of the restrictions are subject to fines. You can check your area's restrictions and watering schedules on our website, WMNF.org. The 2024 Summer Olympics are just a few weeks away, and the University of South Florida will have one competitor in Paris. Track and field athlete Abdul Rashid Saminu will compete for Ghana. He qualified for the 200-meter dash and is expected to qualify for the 100 as well. He could also compete in the 4x100-meter relay. Saminu says it's an honor to not just represent his home country, but the small village in Nanumba, where he was born.
They support me every time, everywhere I go. When I'm coming to run, I just make sure in my head that, the village is aware. So even they are not watching, but they are aware that I'm rooting for them, putting them in the map. It's a great to put them in my name.
Saminu is a sophomore. He came to the U.S. in 2023 to start his athletic career at Florida Memorial University before transferring to USF. The Olympics begin July 26th and run through August 11th. And I'm Megan Bowman with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.